Good afternoon. I've come to present myself as the candidate for the MDC Alliance for BYO Central constituency. My name is Nicola Watson. I have actually lived in BYO Central for most of my adult life. I think it's common cause that in Zimbabwe we have a deep crisis. We have a deep crisis in our social sectors, which are health, education, social welfare. Jobs in the formal sector are declining. We have no cash in our banks. And what we require as Zimbabweans is an urgent solution to those problems. My manifesto as an individual is hinged on the MDC Alliance SMART manifesto, which seeks to solve all those crises in Zimbabwe in a manner which benefits all Zimbabweans, not just a few. As the MP for BYO Central, my role is as a legislator who goes to Parliament to create policy. It is also my role to then supervise, to ensure that that policy is then implemented, and I would implement it obviously in terms of the constituency and its unique issues. BYO Central in fact represents the microcosm of Zimbabwe. It goes from the middle class right through to the destitute peri-urban people who have absolutely nothing, no running water, no electricity, and no formal means of earning a living. Equally, as legislators have to implement policy, councillors are there to create policy which has to be implemented. And it is my belief that as legislators we need to work more closely and in conjunction with our councillors to ensure that policy cascades and is to the benefit of residents and constituents. If elected to office for BYO Central, I pledge to implement as much of the SMART manifesto as is possible, along with the councillors elected along with me. So the SMART manifesto speaks to sustainable, in the initial instance, creation of a consensus state where, with a shared and equal economy for the benefit of all. And I think sustainable is a key word. We've had stabilization in Zimbabwe, but we haven't had sustainable development or a sustainable economy. M stands for modernization, which speaks to the infrastructural development. We need to recreate and rehabilitate the national railways, the water infrastructure, the electricity infrastructure, and the road infrastructure. In order to do these things, we need a sound economy which creates the fiscal space to do those things. And I think those are the common causes to all constituents and constituencies. So that speaks for us. Agenda speaks to the rights of citizens. For example, the right to a national identity document and a birth certificate. We have already worked in BYO Central in the peri-urban areas, assisting people to get those documents. It's a cumbersome process. It is my belief, and I would work for, a national registration centre in every ward available to those people at all times. We also need to have the access to free education and health facilities, all of which are very short even in BYO Central, and in fact for the people who live on the periphery in the peri-urban areas, non-existent. We talk about real social justice. To have that, we need to have the rule of law and the full implementation of the Zimbabwean Constitution as it was voted by the majority of Zimbabweans in 2013. And it needs to be implemented, not just in letter, but in spirit also. And transformation, we've allowed ourselves as Zimbabweans to become blinkered. We no longer have a vision. We no longer look for a better life, a bigger life, which we equally, as other people in other countries, deserve. And I think that is what I would work for, and that works for the BYO Central constituents because it means a better life for all of them. And I would just like to say that as the MDC Alliance, we offer the SMART manifesto as a solution to all these problems, and that the team led by our President Nelson Chamisa in whom we have total confidence, will honour with integrity and honesty the pledge that is created for transformation, prosperity and opportunity for all. Thank you.